Oh my God, you guys! Oh my God, are you ready for this? Alex is back! How you doing?
Hey, just making my semi-regular appearance here on the old MC live stream.
Oh, it's so awesome to see you, man. I was hoping to get a
Likewise,
chance to talk
likewise.
to you before your wedding and before everything, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been kind of like on the low for a bit after London. I got a cold coming back. Thankfully, it wasn't COVID, but I did get
Yeah.
a pretty bad cold over the weekend. So I'm just kind of now recovering, but trying to get everything done and out the door before I leave again for a week for the wedding. But that's not for a couple weeks yet.
Yeah, you were
But
partying
yeah, I
pretty
just
hard
wanted
out
to.
there. Hey, you were partying
Yeah,
pretty
we all
hard.
were. Yeah, it was a good time. The whole fam was
Yeah.
partying. Dan, and David, and Reese, obviously, and yeah, it was just good to hang out with everybody. It was really good to see everybody. I'm really looking forward to Anaheim now, and looking forward to meeting you. I think you're coming down, right?
Oh yeah, I'll be there in Anaheim, you bet. And you might not be able to get rid of me, Alex.
no, no need for that. No desire to get rid of you, MC. I did want to come on real quick and just kind of help explain the Mickey Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey thing because
Okay,
I
yeah.
think some people are still a little confused on it.
Yeah, for
So
sure, for sure.
just taking it from the top, obviously we had two wishes for the Magic Lamp original purchasers, right? One was that you got the deed. The
Yeah.
second was that you got the promo code that enables purchase reservation for Sorcerer Apprentice Mickey.
Yeah.
What that means is that 10,000 editions, the same as the lamp, are withheld from the overall drop for people who have the promo code. And they put in the promo code from drop time, and they have 7 days to read from drop time to redeem it.
Okay.
And that means they are guaranteed purchase of the blind box, which means they get a random rarity.
Yeah. Okay.
And so those 10,000 are withheld from the overall, I think 16.5 thousand total editions,
Yeah.
something around there. Yeah.
Yeah, close to that.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And so the promo codes will be delivered closer to drop time because we didn't want to send them, too early because people would just keep trying to use them and then, hit up support like my promo code isn't working. It's not an early release thing. It's not an early access thing. It is just a guaranteed reservation of the blind box from drop time.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward. And so, like you said, so
Yeah.
people will get their code when the Mickey drops. It'll get sent to them. They have 7 days to redeem it. I'm just repeating what you said for myself. They have 7 days to
Hmm.
repeat it and to redeem it, and then those 10,000 will be removed from the general public drop. So if I'm going for the drop naturally, because I didn't land the lamp, so I won't get the code. So if
Oh,
I'll be able to go for the other 5,000 or so. And like you said, it's all blind box, so the remaining are just split up with rarities. Like I could get a secret rare, and the same with the redeemer. They could get like whatever they're gonna get, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the code will get you a random rarity across the three, whether that's an uncommon, ultra rare, or secret rare. I believe that's how it's broken down.
Yeah, yeah. This is the
By
uncommon.
yeah,
Yeah, and the crazy part, Alex, this is great. Thanks for coming on and clarifying that. So everybody, just
yeah,
remember, that's it's pretty simple. It's not rocket science. So that's pretty good to know. It's just the clarification on like when you'll get your code and how it'll work. That's amazing.
yeah.
So the cool thing is that I love this, by the way, just so you know, that the uncommon is the one that's animated, right?
Yes, yes.
That is
So
such a
look,
cool idea.
it is, yeah. So generally, and this is kind of going back to early days, and I think you'll kind of notice in some of the blind boxes that we've done in the past where there was maybe multiple characters or whatever, the common or the uncommon was always the most popular because it's the one most people want, right? And
Yeah.
we kind of got away from that when we went into like the multiple poses of a single character, like with Marvel, for instance. And we're trying to kind of, as we kind of figure out the market, we're always going to be experimenting with different drop types.
Yeah.
Obviously we've new verticals with the one of ones, and reducing the amount of editions and available in a blind box, and or the number of poses, for instance, just based on feedback. We're definitely listening, and so what we wanted to do here is kind of try to go back to that most popular version being the least rare, I guess, or the most accessible. So
Yeah.
the animated version here will be the uncommon, and I got to tell you, it's beautiful. I should have an animation that I'm going to be posting on Instagram probably tomorrow, so you can see the full animation. But there's sound with it. There's like music, and he's conjuring the water. It's really great. It's so beautiful. I think it's probably our best Mickey to date. As much as I love Steamboat, I mean, this one is so iconic. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited to see people's reaction to it for sure.
That's gonna be incredible, and, it's
Yeah,
actually so smart, you guys, because, I mean, I know you guys are working on everything and you're hearing people's, comments and you're watching live streams and you're in the Twitter spaces and stuff. And you hear like, certain sentiments, right? You mean, you can't take all of it, right? Because, like, but the general thing you guys are, and so by putting that animation on the one that people have the best chance of getting and then making the animation amazing. I mean, that's awesome, dude. I'm really excited because that makes me really want to go for the drop, and try to get that because that's the one I want. And then if you don't get it, well, you'll just have to settle for like an ultra rare.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Right, exactly.
it's actually beautiful. It's congrats on that, you guys, because I think that that's really smart of you guys. And I think that really sets up drops really nicely. I mean, that's probably the point, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
also, one of the things that I think we noticed is that obviously it's a softer market right now, and we've noticed some things have, people tend to, if they don't hit the most rare version on the drop, then they kind of either drop it in the under retail in the aftermarket. So we're just trying to help people, get the most bang for their buck. Obviously, we're not just we don't want to come across as a cash grab. We're really trying to get people the best collectibles in the hands of the people that really want to collect them.
Yeah.
And then just for this one, I know there's been a lot of feedback, at least for the Golden Moments finale, about rewarding people who got it on the drop versus the holders, etc. I think all of this, I think, is it's feedback well taken, and we definitely recognize that. I think for this one, I'm going to still count it as a win in that we got Disney to dabble in some sort of utility slash airdrop. I think
Yeah.
not that they were averse to it by any means. It's just a matter of you know checking the legal boxes, across the board to make sure that Disney, as a company, as a legal team, was comfortable with what we're providing as a service. I think it's still a very new industry, and
Yeah.
I think we still just have some education to do on that front. But yeah, looking
Yeah.
forward to kind of what this may open up in the future, and hopefully we can have more things like this, and maybe even retroactive kind of utility for holders. So, fingers crossed that we kind of make that happen. But it's definitely a goal of ours
Yeah.
to continue to reward the holders. And that's why I think it's very important that we get this MCP out very soon.
Yeah,
I know
totally.
Dan and team have been working on it, and I'm very eager. Just because I would love to. Stop answering questions about it on social. But yeah, no, I think it's very important that we start to kind of really put the program together and get it out there in front of the people, so that at least phase one, so that we can start to see what this platform as a whole is capable of. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that would really help, and that's awesome that you guys are going to start doing that and putting it out there. We all been waiting for. We always refer back to that original article, right? But I did hear you in the spaces the other day. You came in, you clarified a bit, really good too, just about the sentiment about this particular lamp drop and how you were dealing with Disney and all of that, and how like because there were people saying, "Oh, you guys are not rewarding collectors and holders," and is this your way of, is this your idea? And I know how you kind of clarified that too. I don't know if a lot of people heard that though. So you just touched on it a bit. Are you okay with just quickly, like 30 seconds, just kind of touching on that aspect again? Because I know some
Yeah.
of the people, I mean, I think a lot of people, they really loved this drop. I know you've heard that a lot of people were like, frustrated, but I think a lot of people like me, myself, I loved how this drop went down. And, but maybe do you mind touching on that just for a second?
Yeah, just to kind of going back on
Dealing with
what I
Disney,
just said,
right?
I think, yeah, just
Yeah.
it's without getting too into it, it's
Yeah.
basically it's a bit of a slow process, but it's a learning process. It's an educational thing for there. Disney is always going to try to protect the best interests of the consumer and their legal interests. So when something like this and we're adding value to things that have already dropped, there are concerns that maybe that kind of butts up a little too close to kind of securities issues or whatever the case is, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Obviously, we
Yeah.
don't share that sentiment. I mean, that we've done airdrops for old collectibles in the past, as opposed to only doing it for things you get on the drop. But as I said, I think it's a learning process, and we're encouraged by the fact that Disney has attempted this type of drop with the utility baked
Yeah.
into a specific drop, and with future wishes, I guess, in the form of wishes.
It's
But
awesome.
yeah,
It's
I think
so
we're going to
awesome.
continue to. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're going to continue to build on it, and that's something that is a priority. I know of mine, and of David and Dan as well, to kind of start to really build out you know the the long-term health of these collectibles in general, so that we they're not just dropped and forgotten about, like, with the collectors and the holders
Yeah.
are incentivized to hold them, and I think it's just healthy for the not only what our brand mission is, for collectors by collectors, but it also is important to kind of gain and continue to reestablish trust, as we need to do as a very young company.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
we'll continue to do that. Obviously, every licensor is going to be different.
Yep.
There's like different
Yep.
thresholds of, like,
Yeah.
uh, of what they're able to, or willing to do, as far as risks or whatever the case may be. Um, but like I said, we're very encouraged by what we've done in this first Disney kind of quote unquote utility offering.
Yeah, totally. Well said. Yeah, for sure. And I've always felt, and it's kind of funny because I've always felt that, like, if you land something on the drop, and remember I was talking to people about this like a month or two ago about how I landed like R2 and C3PO, and I've never sold them. And I don't expect to get anything from that, but I always felt like getting like something on the drop, and then holding it because you're a collector, and you're the only owner. I always felt like that was like important somehow. That was like just in the back of my, just for me personally, it's important because I'm, like, if
Yeah,
you're a collector, it's like, well, I'm the only one who's ever owned this. This is pretty cool. And, I can go get one in the market. That's great too. But, I always felt that there was some, so this kind of stuff that you guys are starting to dabble in now is really exciting for me because, it just makes me want to go for drops a bit more. And not every drop, of course, I'll go for what I
yeah,
like, but
and nor
like,
yeah,
there's opportunities. It looks so. It just tells me, and it should tell everybody in the chat, that you guys are really like aware of this kind of stuff and thinking of really
we're
creative
definitely
ways.
aware. Yeah,
Yeah, you're thinking of
yeah,
creative
we're
ways.
definitely aware. I think it's
Yeah,
just sometimes it comes across like maybe we're not aware, or whatever the case is. But trust me, like, we are looking for all kinds of ways, and to kind of build brand affinity, whether that's finally rolling out MCP again, I mentioned again, but
yeah,
things like these different types of offerings, and incentives, whether it be drops, whether it be in-person experiences, whether it be things through the, like, like the gold and silver logo gifted to in-person people, or whatever the case is.
yeah.
All of that is in kind of in concert with us wanting to kind of um, and build the community and the collector community within the app. So
Yeah, totally. And you mentioned Master Collector Program. That's obviously in the
I
works. So
know
we're excited to see something at
it
some
is.
point. It's all
I
good. And, I'm
hear Dan
patient.
says it's
So
close. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm less patient, but
you're less patient.
uh,
Yeah, I know some people are
yeah,
too, right? But,
yeah. Well, I don't
yeah,
blame people. Like, I mean, it's like we've been talking about it for a hot minute, right?
yeah, you bet.
But I understand that there's obviously a lot to it, and there's a lot else we had to make sure to get out for regulatory purposes, be that
Sure.
KYC, or payout, etc.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of good stuff coming. Obviously, we've talked about it in the last community update, whether that's MCP with metadata. It's
Yeah.
the queue system finally. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's another one I'm growing impatient about. but uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you'll see Q4 through the rest of Q3, Q4, and Q1 really kind of start to really take shape on some things. Whether that's
Yeah.
full, like, full offering, new drop, new IP, different mechanisms, metadata, etc. All that stuff is really going to start to come, you know, to fruition, which I'm
Yeah.
really excited about. Yeah,
Yeah, totally. And those are things that people I mean, I think everybody, and I know Alex would probably say this too, but just hold on, folks. It's
Yeah,
all
I
like
mean,
coming
yeah,
together over time, and like I think just clarity on things will. I mean, I'm sure like, it must be hard for you, Alex. I mean, God, I mean, like everything in the background. There's only so much you can say. And the fact that you're here, you're like, just, I can really feel it, right? Because I know you care so much, right? I can really feel you're like, guys, guys, come on. Like, guys, just wait, just wait and see what's coming and all that stuff. I mean, I'm pretty excited. I can just sort of tell by reading your tweets and like hearing you and of course David and others and Dan that there's big stuff just on the horizon and you guys are just, it's going to take time, but I mean, that's true, right? You
yeah,
feel
of
that?
course. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
it always has been true. It's just a matter of how long it takes us to get to those things, And,
yeah,
and look, don't get me wrong, and it's not of lack of resources or trying or whatever. It's just we're having to attack different issues as they arise. The regulatory thing was a big one that we had to like set everything else aside to make sure to handle because otherwise that there may have been some other implications there. So I'm glad we got that done, but now we can start to focus on the stuff that is actually collector focused, which I'm really excited about. So
yeah,
yeah,
totally.
but
Good.
anyway,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I
yeah,
know you're probably recovering still, right? I hope you feel better too, man. Like, you
yeah,
look
I'm just
like you're
getting
all
over it.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I've had it was just kind of like a head cold for over the weekend, but
yeah.
of all weekends for it to happen, it was a decent weekend because I just got to sit around and watch football all Sunday, which was nice. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nicely done. That's for sure. And do
yeah,
you mind? I know you probably got to go. Can I ask you just really quickly, just about New York, right? So I know you're not going to be there. Is there anything that I know you guys are going to do announcements and stuff, but I know you'll be with Marvel again. Is there, you got 30 seconds of like maybe what you're going to, like what that's going to look like? Is it going to be a lot like San
yeah.
Diego? I mean,
It
because
will
I'm
be a
really
lot like
excited about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a lot like San Diego. It'll be maybe a bit of a different booth design in terms of the characters that appear on the walls and things like that. We're going to update that a bit. We'll
Nice.
have two more quote unquote life size Marvel Mighties, which is really exciting
Oh,
because they were such a big hit last time, and the people from Marvel really loved them. So we
two new ones.
3D printed two new ones. Yeah.
Oh, well, who's
Um,
gonna get those, Alex?
who's
Those
you know
gotta go
what
up for
I
auction
feel
or something.
I feel like either they're going to go for auction or the Marvel execs are going to stake claim on them. I
Oh,
think. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see.
oh. Could you
They're
imagine how
really cool,
good
though.
Captain America would look? I'm just saying, Grogu's back. Grogu needs someone. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Anyway, go on,
I
go
would
on.
love to take the Thor one, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
cool. They're
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
But it'll be pretty much the same activation. I think we'll have a new slate of con exclusives. Do a drop every each day of the con,
yeah,
much like we did in San Diego, and then we'll have just keep an eye on our socials for up to date, either live streaming or whatever the case
yeah.
is from the actual booth. When they do giveaway hours and things like that, we'll have more t-shirts, t-shirt bundles to give away with the promo codes, etc. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all goes from afar, even though I will
Yeah.
be not there in the flesh. Yeah,
Don't tune in, Alex. Just turn off all your socials.
yeah, I'll try. I'll try. Yeah, you know me. I can't ever just fully step away. But yeah,
I know, me too. If I ever go
if
camping,
any,
I don't want to be ever
yeah,
unplugged. I'm sorry, guys. I like getting out and camping and unplugging, but I don't want to be unplugged.
yeah, exactly. But for if there was any weekend where I should unplug, it would be the wedding week. So
That's the one. That's the one.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. All right. So, hey, I got to jump into another meeting, but I just wanted to, again, jump in and just kind of clarify the Mickey stuff. And thank you, as always, for letting me just kind of take over your channel for a hot second. I
Dude,
appreciate you.
anytime. I mean, it's great to get the people the info and anytime, man. And hopefully I'll talk to you again before your wedding. And but if not,
Yeah.
congrats, man. I hope you have the most amazing time ever. My wedding was something to remember, so I know you'll have the same. We're all we're
Yeah.
all
We'll
we're
be,
all behind you,
I'll
buddy.
be doing, oh, thank you very much. I'll be doing one last Don't AMA this Friday on Twitter, bachelor party edition. For anybody who wants to join, we'll keep it clean, obviously. But it'll be send off before about a 3-4 week hiatus. So
Yeah.
swing back.
Awesome, man. All right. Thanks,
All right.
Alex. We'll see you again later.
All right.
Cheers,
Catch you
everybody.
everywhere. See ya. Thanks.
Oh, that was great, guys. So there you go. You got some clarification. Thanks for Alex again for coming by. That's awesome for you to jump in. Just to clarify, like I said, what we have right here, with the drop. So like I said, like Alex, clarified, just to go over it one last time in case you missed it and you tuned in a bit late. He said that if you did get the lamp on the drop, then you'll get your code on Friday, all right, when this Mickey Mouse drop lands, and then you'll be able to have 7 days to redeem it